All right. Hi, everyone. God, the volume is way too high. Hi, how about that? Hi, I'm Siki. And so we'll see how long we do today. I felt fine all day until like an hour ago, and then my throat just decided to be like, hey, I hate you. So that's that's what's happening here. So if I'm too sick, then fuck it. But until then, we're gonna stream. We're gonna stream, and we're going to we're gonna stream specifically Hangout. I'm so fucking professional. Hi. My name is Mulder. Welcome to the end of the month Hangout, even though it's not really the end of the month, but October is one of those months where like a whole week goes, and then it's the weekend, and also a new month. So when that happens, I do that. Hi. The Hangout stream is a thing that I do if you're new here, which some of you might be, because I got a ton of new subscribers from my last video. It works like this. We fuck around for like an hour. You know, maybe a bit shorter today, if my throat decides to like stab me in the throat, which it's currently doing. Yeah, and we also try to reflect on the month that has been and the month that's coming up, as a sort of like wrapping together the month in a way. I'll talk a little bit about my last video that come out, and if you have any questions about like that video, or if you have any questions about like stuff that's happening, or if you have any questions about anything, let me know. And also let me know if my volume is good, because sometimes I don't know if my volume is good or not, but I hope it should be fine. Yeah, God, my throat really hurts. I completely forgot what's happening here. First of all, as a lot of you are saying, thank you for the election. Yes, I'm actually a politician now. I'll talk a little bit about that for those of you who don't know, because I haven't talked about it much on YouTube. I've tweeted about it, but I haven't really talked about it on YouTube very much. And I haven't talked about it on Patreon at all, because it doesn't really involve Patreon. First, let's talk about the month that has been, because a lot of stuff has happened. First of all, the first thing that happened on September 11th, Sweden had an election, which generally didn't go that well. Either for the party that I'm part of, the Left Party, or for the country in general, considering that the Swedish Democrats, who were founded by actual SS members, has become the second largest party, and everything sucks. However, in that same election, locally, we retained the seats, and we actually, the party that I'm part of, actually raised a few points. We didn't gain a new seat in the municipal council, but we got some new votes, which is better than the National Party, which lost so many fucking votes, because they don't know how to campaign, but we do. Locally we do, but not nationally. I shouldn't talk shit about my own party. But that means that one of those seats that we retained is me. So I'm in the municipal council of Sollentuna. So after that election, I am literally a politician, and you can now bully me so much more than you ever used to before. And you'd be right to do so, because everything that's wrong in this municipality, I don't actually have any power. You can blame me, or, well, you can't actually blame me either, because the party that I'm part of is in opposition, because we didn't win a majority. So we're not actually even in power. So I am a politician, but I get to be one of those whiny politicians where I don't have any real power, but I get to complain a lot. So anyway, that happened. A bit after that, like around the same time actually, I finished a video for a Swedish YouTube channel that I'm sort of like I'm making a video essay for them. It's not a Mia Mulder video essay, but it has my style in it because I was in charge of it. But because it's not my regular job, it's taking a bit of time to make. But we recorded that last month in September, and that's all in Swedish and should be out whenever we have time to edit it. So stay lookout for that. We'll have subtitles, so if you're not Swedish, you can still listen to it. And then we released my my next video, my last video, which is my video on transvestigation. So all of that's happening. However, let's check the comments, because before I go into too much stuff, I need to actually digest the things that I'm actually talking about. I got 100 votes. That's true. I did, which is pretty good actually, considering that voting for, because I was number 3 on the ballot for my party. That's how it works. And usually no one votes for an individual. Usually people just vote for the name that's highest up. So I did have a very disproportionate shift towards me, but I didn't get a lot of votes. I never expected to get more than like 60, 70 votes. So the fact that I got 100 votes specifically for me is like, yeah. The whole municipality is like 70,000 people. Voting age, I think it's something like 55,000, and only like 80% of voting participation this year. Most people don't vote for the party that I'm part of because it's a very conservative municipality. And even the people who vote for my party don't necessarily vote for an individual. And even if you do vote for an individual, you don't necessarily vote for me. So it's, politics. Time is relative is true. Bodies are dumb and decide to inexplicably get worse at sundown. Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing fine the last couple of days. People around me have been getting sick, but I've been fine. And now it's hitting me, because usually it hits me a bit later. Thank you for the congratulations. Thank you. We're still in negotiations for what will actually happen with politics. And, we might be able to have some power. I might be able to have some power, but we're still in negotiations like after the election. So it's a lot of meetings, it's a lot of paperwork. I still haven't gotten my municipal iPad, which is apparently something that I need to have. Which is like, it's an iPad given to me by the municipality that I use for votes and for data storage regarding things that are like not public information that needs to be secret. It's not secret. It's not top secret, but it's like it can't be public information, and has like government anti spyware stuff on it. So I need to get that, and I don't even have that yet. I'm so fucking sick. I think campaigning for the 4-day work week was dumb and lost a ton of votes. It wasn't really that. It was the fact, here's my hot take on the election, that no one really cares about it, and I won't talk about this too much. The real reason why the left party suddenly dropped a bunch in the polls wasn't because we advocated for a 4-week work week. We've done that for ages and people love it. It's that we had a solid grasp on city progressives, young city progressives, with a pretty strong climate policy, and then in the last month of the election, for some fucking reason, the head honchos in the party decided to try to appeal to suburban and rural voters by promising a gas subsidy. But the problem is, if people want a gas subsidy and rural voters do want that, they're going to vote for right-wing parties, which rural voters already do. They're not going to shift just because of gas taxes. But also, suddenly, all those inner city young progressives don't want to vote for the fucking left party anymore because they just abandoned the fucking environmental policy, while environmental policy is like one of the big issues in Swedish politics. So, explain to me, my bosses within the party, how was that supposed to work? Anyway. Sorry, I'm ranting way too much. That's politics talk. I don't have any power yet. I'm going to make a video about it sometime, so I'll talk about that stuff then. But I released a video also in September that was about transvestigators, and a lot of people liked it. A lot of people. Also, sorry, Dr. I wasn't yelling at you. I was yelling at the party leaders, and everyone has a different opinion on why things happened the way they did. But that's just my opinion, me personally. That's what I think. Sorry if I sounded aggressive. I'm sick and tired. I shouldn't have yelled. I'm sorry. But the video came out. It did very well. So a lot of you might be here simply from that video, because it's my most successful video since May, I think, which is pretty good. It's like since before the summer. And every single video since then has been very good, has been performing very well. So the fact that this one beat out a lot is very, very good. It's my second best performing video ever, which is very nice. I love it. I love it when the YouTube analytics window tells me, "Good job." For those of you who don't know, if it's the best performing out of your 10 most recent videos, it shoots fireworks on the YouTube analytics page. and you get dopamine and you go like, yay. You've entered your golden era. I think so too. Like I legitimately think that like the last year of my videos have been really good. And have done very well. So I'm very happy about that. There's a bug in my tea. Can't have shit. Do I have anything to talk about that video about? I'm trying to think if it's something that I've missed. Environmental policy. I don't think it's the most important. We have issues of like gang violence and crime here that are probably the most important right now, I think. But for the left party, like the issues that like are like solid points for the voters that are typical voters of the left party, environmental policy is really high up there. So when we suddenly dropped that, they all shifted to other parties, and then suddenly we lost votes. Go figure. Protein. No, it's not protein. For showing up in the credits of your last video with the pickle I gave you. I feel rewarded. Thank you. Well, it's fun. It was very good. Speaking of which, I have 2 points that I want to say. One point is I don't think I have anything else to talk about regarding the election right now. I'm kind of done with that, or the month that has been. But what I have to talk about, first of all, this is the segment where I usually read some mail from the PO box, and I'll do that today. I've decided that I do that today. But I have something to say. I have something to say to y'all, to you all. I tweeted a little bit about this before, and I changed my mind a little bit and like went back and forth on how I should handle it. But I think we need to have a little bit of a talk about parasociality. I've gotten a few letters. Most of them are fine. Most of them are great. I'm not gonna read some of them because like some of them are like they were like do not read on stream, so I'm not gonna read them, obviously. But sometimes I get letters from people who are a bit too comfortable with me. People who act a little weird. Let's just say that. And like I really appreciate these hangouts that we do. I like hanging them. I like talking to people in my community and like building a community. Don't be weird about it. So like I feel like I think I just need to have it said in this space that like I am still a face on a screen, but I'm also like a real person behind the screen. And like yeah, boundaries. Like I'm trying to have a sort of like friendly vibe going on, and I hope that people can respect that. Do you know what I mean? With that said, there are some letters that I'm not going to read. There's one or two people, and they know who they are, whose letters I won't read, because even though they're fine with me doing that, because I don't really want to reward. I don't really want to reward like uncomfortable boundary crossing. Do you know what I mean? But with that said, I do have something that I will read. So I do have I have a few things that I will read, because again, like 99.999% of everyone who's watching this and like everyone who's hearing me or whatever are fine. Everyone's fine. Like if you think you have something to worry about, odds are you're not the kind of person that I'm talking about. So I just need you to know that. Like all of you are good. I think most of you are good. But we do have some letters. There's a lot of letters here, which I appreciate. Some of them were duplicates. So I need to check out which of them were duplicates and which ones were not. This is a duplicate that I'm not gonna read. Let's see. Let me put these away. Listen, sometimes, because some of these are also like the ones that I'm not supposed to read. I should have sorted this before the stream, maybe. Me. Planning, who's that? My God, I feel like a character in a movie. All right. All right. Big letter from Tobias. Sarah. There we go. Thanks for saying it might be good. If you're even worried about it, like you're fine. I'm talking about people who like send me like sexual content and like stuff like that, or like ask me to do favors for people that like I don't know, or talk to me as it, whatever. I'll make another video about that someday. That's how I deal with everything. Monetize. Okay, from Tobias. Hi Mia, hi. Or should I write Lady City Councillor? Well, to be fair, I'm not City Councillor, I'm a City Council member. Am I Councillor then? Is that what Councillor means? To me, City Councillor means like I'm in charge. I don't know what that means. Congratulations on every vote given for you and your party. Thank you. The residents of the area I live in Sollentuna are lucky to be represented by someone with a fresh worldview and super hot at the same time. Okay. I'm convinced that even if you are in opposition, you will be able to help your local community. Good luck. Thank you. Of course, your ultimate destiny is a referendum. Your ultimate destiny is a referendum in which Scandinavians will proclaim you their empress and establish a cult of you as the divine Valkyrie. I don't know about that. I don't know if this letter will reach you before the election. In any case, no matter what the results are, you're definitely going to do a great job there. Changing the subject, I also like maps. As a child and a teenager, I drew a lot of maps. Unfortunately, I don't have time for that right now, but I drew a map of the new empire for you. I hope you like it. There should be a map here. One of these things should be a map. I believe this is a map of the... Can you see this? This is a map of, I guess, United Scandinavia and Estonia, because Estonia can into Nordic. Estonia is a Nordic country in my book, if they want to be. And also St. Petersburg, which has been renamed Muldergrad. Stockholm has been renamed Mulderheim. And we have a lot of Heims. I like that like all of these cities have been renamed, like Malmö, Mulderheim, Salemheim, Muldergard, and Muldergrad. And Christiania, because Oslo, that's Oslo's old name. But like Helsinki and Reval are just the same. They're just like, I love that. I like the fact that the Finno-Ugric language group decided that they did not want to be. They're part of my empire, but God, they do not want to be part of my of change their name for my empire. Okay, that's the map. And there's some questions here too. Is loosening your drug policy while discouraging tobacco smoking an inconsistency? So this is referencing the idea that I personally want to decriminalize narcotics. The party that I'm part of doesn't want to do that because they're wrong, but I want to. But I also want to discourage tobacco smoking. So is that an inconsistency? I don't think so, because like I think tobacco smoking is very bad. Right, but at the same time, I also think doing drugs is bad, but I don't think it should be a crime. Do you know what I mean? Like, and same with tobacco. Like, I think we should have a lot of public health measures so that people preferably don't smoke. But I honestly don't think that it should be illegal to smoke. If you want to, like, if you want to smoke. And you make an informed decision to smoke, even though you know the dangers of it. Like, I honestly don't, to me at least, I don't see a reason why it should be illegal. Like, same with alcohol. I'm not gonna answer the second question. Have I read any interesting books lately? Yes, I read, I don't have the book here, it's by my bedside. I read How to Be an Anti-Capitalist in the 21st Century. It's very good. It was given to me by some publishing company that I don't know the name of. Recently read a book about Polish author about Sweden. I found a lot of interesting information about your country. For example, that you have to be careful about drinking moose, or that if you've been to Denmark and Norway, you already know everything about Sweden. It's true. I also learned some Swedish words, like, I can't say that. The first word I cannot say on stream. Skitsnygg, which is like very, very good looking. And åsiktstalibaner. Yeah. If this letter is too long, I apologize. I don't want to hijack your streams just for myself. It's not too long, but you know, that's also why I skip over some things. And then there's also some fan art. There is another letter, but as far as I can tell, like, that is, it's a lot of the same, like copy pasted. Sorry for sending the waste paper. It's fine, don't worry about it. We recycle a lot here in Sweden, so we're fine. There's also a new election poster, if you can read the text. The largest producer of soft drugs in Europe. I don't know about that one. Rebuilding the empire. No, okay. I don't know about that one. Compulsory cross-dressing for everyone 3 days a week. Yes. G. Building a communist classless society. This is the kind of shit that like right-wing media is gonna find, being like, local politician in Sollentuna wants to advocate for like classless society. But also, yes. Every second child in the Republic will be transgender. Yeah, that's definitely true. Very funny. G. Okay, well I can't. Okay. So this is a picture of me speaking in front of a picture of Stalin. Another thing that like is gonna get me cancelled within Swedish politics. Getting cancelled in Swedish politics is fine though. Like I'll be fine. That's the same. Big sister watching you. I will make every child transgender. Very good, very fun election fan art. That's very fun to see. And then there's also it's a printed out version of a ballot that I was on. That's fun. This is how Swedish ballots look like, by the way. Okay. Now to read what we just said. I think you qualify as municipal councilwoman. I think so too. Just an opposition, yeah. Multigrad. You're a city councillor. Which would be something like a mayor. Yeah, that's true. We couldn't make the Helsinki freezes over joke every time if we changed that name. Smoking is bad, but good luck trying to legislate it out of existence. But that's sort of what I mean too. And Europe, like the Western world, has banned alcohol before, for example, to disastrous effects. The war on drugs is having disastrous effects. I think like as people, we kind of do want to take substances that are bad for us. And I honestly think that it's our God-driven right to do that in case we want to. Do you know what I mean? Like we should do it so it doesn't hurt anyone else. We should do it in as safe as a manner as possible. We should reduce as much harm as possible. And like preferably we should encourage people not to do it. But if someone really wants to do it, and I think they should have the right to do that. I sound very much like a libertarian, but I hope you know what I mean. Yeah, there's a difference between decriminalization and normalization. Yeah, like I would never want like ads for cocaine. Or do I? No, I don't. I'm torn on New Zealand banning it for people born after a certain day. I would like to see how that goes. Like, if it goes fine, then maybe I'd be down for it. But I don't think it will. I think New Zealand might be able to get away with it, but like Sweden could never, because people would smuggle in cigarettes. New Zealand is probably easier because it's, I think it's harder to like smuggle in like truckloads of cigarettes. But like Sweden, that would never work in Sweden. It would never work in Europe. So, you know. Like you can make it expensive. Like who gives a shit? What are your glasses? My glasses are... Good, fun question though. I love being asked about my glasses. My glasses are... I don't know what the fuck they are, but like they're green Gucci frames that I got from a discount shelf inside a store that already had a 50% off everything in the store discount. And the shelf had a 75% discount, and I think the store clerk fucked up how to do that, because I think it's supposed to work that on that shelf you get a 75% discount instead of a 50% discount. But what happened when I tried to get these frames is I got a 50% discount and then another 75% discount on that new 50% price, which means that these were basically fucking free. So I get to be a Gucci socialist. It's very fun. Have you turned off the community feature on your Facebook? I don't think so. I don't really touch my Facebook. I just post new videos when they come out, and sometimes I forget to do that. Yeah. Were you at the Prince last week? Someone who looked like you. If so, what did you think? I was at the Prince last week. I was. That's a good catch. It was good. I liked it. It was fun to see Abby. I didn't actually get a chance to actually meet Abby because I was planning to meet Abby in the evening, but then something got wrong with scheduling and I had an early flight the next day and everything was just chaos. So I didn't get to hang out. But it was good. The Prince was great. I liked it. It was great. It was very good. Smoking is the #1 starting drug. Oh yeah, for sure. But this is also why I'm sort of like in Sweden, for example, regarding like drug legalization or whatever. Like if we're gonna sell government weed, it needs to be cheap, because drugs are the #1 income source for gangs here, and gangs are becoming kind of a big problem. So undercut criminal narcotic salesmen, divert sales into government funding. You need to compete with gangs. It can't be too expensive. But once it becomes practical, and once it becomes like the norm, and once it becomes like a basic, like that's how you do that now, you can do that. Like gangs could theoretically smuggle in cheaper cigarettes or cheaper alcohol and make a business out of that. But most people are just gonna go to fucking Systembolaget and buy fucking alcohol there instead. Because you can't buy liquor in Sweden from regular stores. You have to go to the government store to buy liquor, which is great. I love that system, and they should have government weed stores. I legitimately believe this. The Prince made me cry. It's very emotional. It's very good in that way. It's also very funny. The Prince is like very good. Like Abby should be. Abby should definitely be proud over that play. If you're not able to see it live, it is going. I think it either has been or it will be recorded professionally, and then it's gonna be a Nebula. But you'll have to ask her about that because I'm not involved on any stuff like that. So I don't know. Oh. Estrogen in vape form. My English is so bad that I don't always understand what you're saying. No, I'm sorry. I need to subtitle more of my videos. It's just like, it's one of those things that it's difficult to do and it takes a lot of time, and captions work, but I really do need to do it and then like be able to translate it. The fact that they fucking removed community translations for subtitles has ruined so fucking much, because back in the day you could have a pretty, you don't even have to do anything, like someone in your community, because like people do that stuff for fun. They do transcriptions of your video, or if you have your own English transcription, other people can download that transcription, translate it, and upload it on your behalf on your videos. So like I don't speak Arabic, for example, or I don't speak Mandarin, but people could translate that on themselves, add that up, and I could sort of like, oh yeah, that sounds good, and like approve it. But then they fucking removed it because they're fucking like, I don't know why they did that. God, I'm so fucking sick. Hello, Mia. Hi. I started university this week. What general advice do you have for me? Okay, listen, I had a bad uni time. I think the advice that I would give is be okay with failing. Because everyone always tells you to like be ahead in reading, or to focus on time division, or like focus on social connections. I would just say like be okay, like try to work on being okay to fail. Because I fucking failed like the first couple of years of uni. Like I didn't get good grades. I didn't have a social life. I was a wreck of a human being. And I took that really hard, and it took me a long time to sort of like rebuild myself as a person after. But then I also had classmates who like failed course and just like, no, okay, that's fine. And moved on to something else. Like, if it's not the end of the world, let's say like that. I'm coming from a perspective here that's very biased, because I went into theater and then went into like show business, and then that's how I ended up doing YouTube videos. With like a history lens. So like my academic education hasn't really done that much for me. So like, you know, you'll take my advice for what you will. But everyone that I know, like most of my course mates, for example, who did history, most of them do not work in that field anymore. They do something else that's like marginal related. I know that a few people are authors, a few people are a couple of people are journalists now. That's pretty good to have a history education in. Some people work in museums, which is not a history thing specifically. That's a different type of education, but that's sort of like where they went to. Very few people actually work in the field that they thought that they were going to work in when they started, and you know, like that's. That is, I think that being okay with that, I think, is pretty good. You once mentioned that your family speaks 5 languages. So 5 was a bit of an overstatement, but God. 5 was me like exaggerating a little bit, but I don't speak 5 languages. Good God, I cannot. But in the family, there's Swedish, English, German, and Dutch. Because my dad's Dutch. And he also speaks German. There might actually be a 5th. But I don't know which one. Oh, God. Ugh. Continue still thing. Yay. Esperanto. I do not speak Esperanto. I did for a little bit because it's very easy to learn. If you're a European speaker, because it's fucking based on all the European languages. But it's, you know, it's also very easy to forget. Okay, with all of that, we've done the mail. I've done my little parasocial relationship warning thing that I sort of need to do occasionally, apparently. And I've done the month that has been under my last video. Yeah, I've done those things. Let's talk about the month that's ahead. So, next week, I'm going to be out with a new video. I'm a little bit behind on my sort of like 12 videos a year schedule. Things have gotten in the way. COVID, elections, like all sorts of things. Like I had a vacation and I came back and immediately got COVID, and then when I got back from COVID, had an election. So like everything just sort of like happened all at once. And so like next week's gonna be a new video. I'm 99% sure because I've already shot some of it, and it's like I know what it's going to be. Basically, it's been something that I'm planning on releasing for months, actually, since I made my video on New Chronology. It's my secret third, part 3 in my series on conspiracy theories. Because they're actually secretly part 1, part 2, part 3, but I don't say them that because no one gives a shit. No one watches a part 2 and part 3, so it's hidden, and each individual video stands on its own legs. So that's the important part. That's gonna be out next week, and yeah, like it's gonna be very much back to basics, back to the usual, because like there, you know, like elections over, like a lot of the things that used to take away from like good old-fashioned video time is over now. So now we can sort of get back to making videos like it's fun. Yeah, the podcast has been going like well as well, so like that's been going on. For those of you who want to listen to that, the video where she explains why she hates us. No, my pronouns are she, her. Trying to think if there's anything like there's usually nothing else like happening. Things usually just happen and then we do them. I'm going to ride horses in 2 weeks. I guess that's something. I'm going on a horse tour. Yeah. Something that happened last month that I just remembered is I've started working together with a makeup artist. So I'm going to try. So I'm going to try to. How do you say? I'm going to try to have a stream or something next week where I try to do my homework on stream regarding makeup, because I am completely incompetent when it comes to makeup. I have I can apply a very basic layer for video making and for going out, and that's it. And I want to be able to do the cool shit that all the hot YouTube like trans women do with makeup. And I don't know anything like that. Vietnamese Bosch? I don't think so. I don't know, Vosh. Thank you for doing what you're doing. It's really good to watch and learn from your videos. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. But they've been a bit all over the place when it comes to those sort of topics, but they're all vaguely history related. My one on Transvestigators wasn't, but it comes together in the third video. Oh god. I'm blowing my nose a little bit. I'm not doing coke underneath the camera bar. I promise. Makeup tutorial, time for drama. Yeah. Lads, okay, actually, I think I'm gonna call it here. Partially because I think I've said everything that I need to say, usually. And I usually just hang out for the rest. I usually like hanging out for the full hour, but my throat hurts like a motherfucker, and I don't want to hurt it. I want to go and I need to go and I need to go like drink hot tea until I feel better. But yeah, I'll try to do some sort of makeup stream. Maybe I'll do that like on this channel, the live channel, or I'll do that on Twitch. Maybe I'll do it on both, because now you're allowed to do on both. Maybe I'll do it on both. That sounds fun, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna make a new cup of tea with no fucking bugs in it. And I'm going to... Yeah, I'm gonna head out. I hope you all have a good day. My next video is going to be out sometime next week. I'm going to publish the streaming schedule also sometime next week. I say that, also I'm going to forget. But I'm hoping to do it like sometime next week. Yeah, video game streams, I'm going to try to be a bit more usual, like regular with that on Twitch, because I've been bad, because I've been working and doing other shit that I'm just too busy to. But it is what it is. I will see all of you on my next video, which is going to be a premiere, the grand finale of conspiracy theories. Thank you, and goodbye.